all introduce the other members of the panel. Mr. Prashant Mehta is a permanent trustee of our Lilavati Trust. And Shri Mohit Bhatia is our advocate on our panel, who has represented us in the specific case about which I am going to brief you now. As you are all aware, that Lilavati Hospital and Medical Trust is one of the leading premier institutions in the country. And some time ago, I had briefed you that the original trustees, Shri Kishore Mehta and Shri Charu Mehta, who were the original permanent trustees of this medical trust, they were ousted by their own relatives and they appointed themselves as illegal trustees, and almost for 20 years they controlled the trust, but finally justice was done to us in November of 2023, and the people, the family members who had constituted this trust to begin with in 1978, they have come back into a situation where they control the trust now, and the trust is being run for the affairs for which it was created, which is a charitable trust for serving the humanity. Now, earlier I briefed you about various criminal acts which were committed by our ex-trustees, including siphoning of funds to the tune of 1,250 crores in one case, 45 crores in one case, blackmailing in another case. However, recently another very disturbing fact came to our notice. Director and CEO of the leading bank of this country, the HDFC bank, was partner in crime. He was partner in committing illegal acts, in criminal misconduct, in connivance with the illegally appointed trustees. And when we got back control of the trust, at that time when we going through the relevant documents, various facts have come to the light. On the basis of the illegal acts and the documents and the proof, including emails which came to our notice, we had written to the various regulatory agencies, including the SEBI, the RBI, the Ministry of Finance and Police. However, since no action was initiated, or there was a delay in taking action, I would say, so then we approached the Court of Honorable Magistrate, the Jurisdictional Magistrate, Bandra Court, and on 30th of May, the Honorable Court directed the Bandra Police Station to register a case against the CEO and Managing Director of HDFC Bank, Shri Shashidhar Jagdishan, and 7 other trustees, former trustees of the Lilavati Trust, mainly being the main perpetrator of this crime, along with Mr. Jagdishan, was Shri Chetan Mehta. Other main accused were Shri Rashmi Mehta, Shri Niket Mehta, and 4 other trustees. And at the outset, I want to make it clear that our allegation, not only our allegation, the criminal case has been registered against one individual belonging to the bank. However, we have no allegation against the bank. HDFC Bank, as I said, is one of the pillars of our banking system. So we have no allegation against the bank, against the institution. Our allegation is against the misdeeds, misconduct, illegal acts, criminal misconduct of Shri Jagdishan in connivance with the former trustees of the Lilavati Trust. I would like to highlight some of the facts which were part of this FIR, which was registered by the Bandra Police Station on the direction of the Honorable Court. One allegation is that 2.05 crores was given in cash to Mr. Jagdishan. It was found in one of the diaries, handwritten diaries, where the so-called hisab of the cash transactions was being maintained in office of the trustees, the former trustees. So total misappropriated amount of which we got the entries in the diary were in the excess of 14 crores, out of which 2.05 crores was paid to Mr. Jagdishan. Mr. Jagdishan and his family members were virtually given free medical treatment by the former trustees for the favors from the bank and for hounding the actual heirs of this hospital, Mrs. Charu Mehta and her family members, who were hounded by the bank at the instance of the former illegal trustees who are no longer in control of the hospital. The favors granted in form of waiver of the medical bills, more than 95% of the medical bill was waived, and it runs into lakhs. We are still accounting for it. Still more and more records are coming out. Each day new stories coming out, but it is running into lakhs. The medical favors were granted to this specific individual. At the instance of former trustees, our permanent trustee, founder trustee, late Shri Kishore Mehta, who is no longer with us unfortunately, he was hounded by the bank day and night. He was summoned while he was admitted in the hospital undergoing treatment for serious ailment. He was hounded. He was summoned over 100 times, and various other hounded in various other means. And one of the allegations is it ultimately led to his sad demise. His health deteriorated because of mental harassment, and it led to his sad demise in May last year. Shri Jagdishan also tried to bribe our doctors by offering money under CSR. For the first time, suddenly, Mr. Jagdishan, 1.5 crores was offered as CSR money to our doctors. And the purpose of this so-called CSR, bribe in form of CSR, was to find out information about the running of the affairs of the hospital, what the present trustees are up to, how things are being run, or if the doctors can help in any manner in hounding our present trustees who are lawfully appointed trustees by the order of the Honorable Court. Also, an illegal deposit of 25 crore was given to the bank without taking due approvals as laid down under a charter and as per the provision of the Act. The approval of the trust is required to be taken for any such deposit to any bank. No such approval was taken. It was just a quid pro quo. So these are some of the serious allegations which have been levied in the FIR which has been lodged at Mehta police station. On basis of this FIR, we have already written to the Ministry of Finance, to SEBI, to RBI, to CVC, to Ombudsman for taking immediate cognizance of these serious misdeeds and illegal acts and criminal misconduct of Sri Jagdishan in connivance with the previous trustees. As I told you, there are total 8 trustees named, 7 trustees, ex-trustees named in the FIR, in addition to accused number 1, which is Mr. Jagdishan. I again reiterate, we have no allegation against the bank. Our allegation, which we satisfy the Honorable Court on the basis of the evidence which was produced before the court, that we have sound evidence, and we will be, I'm sure there will be the agencies and the regulators that they look into these allegations and evidence, proper action we will request, and we will expect a proper action to be initiated against Shri Jagdishan. He does not fit the criteria of fit and proper person as laid down for MD and CEO of a bank of this size, which requires approval of the various regulatory authorities. The person has to be fit and proper. And once such serious allegations, such serious material against a person is there, he is no longer fit to continue. So as a first step to ensure that a proper investigation can happen. There is no tampering of evidence. Nobody interferes with the witnesses. As a first step, we are requesting the regulatory authorities, including the board of directors of HDFC, the SEBI, the Ministry of Finance and RBI, to ensure that there is immediate suspension of Mr. Jagdishan from the post. He is asked to step down to ensure a proper, impartial and fair investigation of the case. So these are the allegations which are there in the FIR, which is being investigated by Banda Police Station. Our allegation is directly against Mr. Jagdishan, against his misdeeds. And I would also like to reiterate here that we have seen a press note which has been issued by the HDFC Bank, which they say that we are trying to get back at the bank for pursuing the in retaliation of the proceeding which they have launched against the family. Now, firstly, let me clarify that no proceeding is against the family. They went against specific family members with a vendetta, with vengeance, in connivance with the previous trustees. And the so-called press note also says that Prashant Mehta, claiming to be a trustee, he is a legally appointed permanent trustee of this bank, a position which has been upheld right up to the Honorable Supreme Court. And this press note issued at the instance of Mr. Jagdishan says that he is claiming to be a trustee. And this the so-called hounding of our trustees started only after Mr. Jagdishan came into a position of power in the bank. For 16 years, there was no action initiated. In fact, this amount which they are claiming is still being disputed. It is going on in various forums and various courts of law, and I'm sure justice will prevail. But our claim is that all the amount which was due to the company has already been reclaimed. It has already reached to the lenders, and no amount is outstanding against any of our trustees. But calling entire family defaulter, that they have a defaulter status, is completely defamatory. And we are going to take suitable legal action for not only civil damages but including criminal defamation. We are going to be filing against the individual who has issued this press conference. And this press note, I am sure it is not by the bank, it is at the instance of a specific individual against whom I have just highlighted the serious allegations which are being investigated. Thank you very much.